guys, it's Mega B here. Back in 2000, I think it was 13 or 14, I made a video on my channel called How I Discovered the Transformers Fandom. Since then, it's been privated because I was a child in high school. It's not a good video. So since then, I've been wanting to make a How I Discovered the Transformers Fandom redo video, updated video for a couple years now. Here we are, 2019. A few people know this. I discovered the Transformers fandom in 2011. So I've been here for 8, 9-ish years. So it's kind of close to a decade. Not really. The summer before I was going to be in 8th grade, I was going to be in 8th grade in fall 2011. Summer school, because I used to love taking summer school as a kid. Don't know why, I always hated school. Don't know why they were fun summer school classes, so it was whatever. I was taking a scrapbooking class. I loved to scrapbook years and years ago, not so much anymore. And that scrapbooking class was a friend of mine at the time, who I'm going to remain unnamed, no longer friends, we had a following. She was super into Transformers at the time. I was super into Harry Potter. I hadn't read the books, I eventually did. Super into Harry Potter, super into the movies, was buying a lot of Harry Potter merch at the time. She told me about this great fandom called Transformers, and I knew nothing about it. I think my mom and dad had went to see the first 2 movies in theaters, but I knew nothing about it. And so she had me take this simple quiz to see which Transformers character from the Bay films you were like. So I did, and I got Ironhide, which then led me to create my Transformers OC, Mega B, in the summer of 2011, and I created her. She was married to Ironhide at the time. No longer married. It was my first taste of the Transformers fandom was that quiz, and from there I got more into it. I went home, I watched the first 2 films. At the time, Dark of the Moon was coming out, so there was only 2 Transformer films at the time. It's like now 6. Yeah. I watched both of them just in time because Transformers Dark of the Moon was coming out in a couple weeks. I think in a week and a half or 2 weeks. So then I got super into it, made Mega B. I wanted her to be related to Bumblebee somehow, or some relation to Bumblebee, because I loved Bumblebee. Created her, Ironhide's Sparkmate, Bumblebee's sister. It worked. Me and that same girl and a bunch of other friends, we went to go see Dark of the Moon. And if you know what happens to Ironhide in Dark of the Moon, obviously you do, he gets rusted away. And I was so upset.
Are you freaking kidding me? How could you do that?
I was so angry. I hated Sentinel Prime. I was afraid it was going to happen to Bumblebee. I was on the edge of my seat that whole time. I came out of it really loving Dark of the Moon. And for a very long time, it was my favorite Transformers movie because it was the first movie I saw in theaters, and it just had this big impact on me, and I loved the scenes, I loved the fighting, I loved the way they did Optimus, I loved Shockwave, I loved it all. That's what got me into the fandom, was her, that quiz. After going to see Dark of the Moon, I then came home and started working on what I call my Transformers Bible. This guy right here is a binder of a bunch of Transformers stuff that I've collected over the years from 2011 to now. This was my first piece of Transformers art that I ever did, was this bad boy. Because that same summer I had gone off to Bible camp. While I was away at that Bible camp, my parents came across this TV show called, you guessed it, Transformers Prime. They taped a couple episodes, came home, and they told me about it. Watched those couple episodes, was like, hold the phone, need to watch this entire show. How come I didn't know about it at the time? And then I binge watched the first half of the season 1, and then season 2 I was there for all of season 2 and all of season 3, and it was a magical time. I would be there every Friday, Saturday night. I'd get my homework done super early so I could go watch the show when it premiered. The amount of times my cable screwed up those nights, it was annoying. For being so excited when Optimus woke up thinking he was Orion and he went back with Megatron, and that's when the season ended. I was like, are you kidding me? When Deadlock came out, there was this YouTube channel that would upload the episodes the night before they actually premiered, and so on I think it was a Thursday night, Deadlock, I was watching it on YouTube as my parents were coming upstairs, and I was freaking out because Bumblebee was shot, then he stabbed Megatron, and Bumblebee was talking. I was like, what is this? This is hysterical. I was there for all of Prime, majority of Prime. I was there for all of Robots in Disguise. I was there for Rescue Bots, and so forth and so on. And it was so in this fandom for very long, but I've had such a good experience with the fandom as well. In 2013, we started getting all this stuff for Transformers 4. I was watching the Raging Nation, following all the coverage, and then in 2014, I was following more coverage. We finally got our first trailers and everything for it. I did have a review up for Age of Extinction. It's private now. It's no longer public. Maybe I'll make it public again. Really had a fun time with that movie. Throughout this whole experience, I was meeting so many great people on Instagram too, because I made my Instagram account in spring of 2013. In March, I made my Instagram account. I started posting art on there as well. Crappy art, mind you, but I was just starting out drawing. So I just started drawing Transformers in 2014, 2013. I made that the night the last episode of Transformers Prime Beast Hunters ever aired. I made that, and it's been up there since. So it's been up there since 2013. It's been up there for 6 years. Oh yeah, it's gonna be there for a very long time. I had a great experience with all these people that I was meeting. And then in the summer of 2014, around the time Age of Extinction came out, I met a very special person on Instagram, the Speed of Light, which she is now Nick versus Art. Then led to the winter of 2015, I made a video saying, "Thank you, Speedy, for giving me the confidence I need, for just being there for me." Posted it to YouTube. It is still public. Put it in the link in the description. That video led to, it happened. We made plans. She made plans to fly down here to visit me. And I talked to my mom. She seemed to be okay with it. And so in March 2016, 2 months before I was graduating from high school, the Speed of Light, Speedy, now Nick versus Art, came and stayed at my house for a fucking week. And oh my god, it was one of the best weeks of my life. I got to draw on a computer through a tablet, a Wacom tablet, for the first time ever. I will never forget the pictures we took, the memories we had, the things that were said. It was a wonderful week. I felt like I could just be myself around her, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. Summer of 2016 is when things started to really become hardcore, that this fandom was a fandom that I was not leaving anytime soon, and that everyone and things were happening. Good things were happening for me. I felt like I had belonged in this fandom. Good things were happening. In June of 2016, I started talking to Andy. I can't pronounce his last name very well, but he's the voice of Transformers Prime, Raph. And we started following each other on Instagram, and I talked to him, I think, once or twice on Instagram DMs, and it was something that's still so surreal now to think about. It was just an experience that I was like, how is this even happening? How did this happen? I don't understand. At the time, I was making so many friends. There was Oreo, Artsy, Halo, there was so many other people, Halo Angel 21. There were so many people on Instagram that I was becoming really good friends with, that I'm still friends with 3 years later. Artsy Halo sent me my first ever package of fan art that I still have posted on my wall to this day. I'm still friends with her to this day, and I love her art, and she's an amazing person. Winter of 2016, first teaser trailer for Transformers 5, The Last Night. And oh my god, was that an intense trailer. Oh my god, that trailer fucked me up, because Optimus was evil, he was trying to kill Bumblebee, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. The movie came out, and it was not exactly what the trailers were saying it was. I enjoyed it nonetheless. The thing that I wanted to most have happen in the Transformer movies was happen. Bumblebee said, "Sting like a bee." I was livid. I was so happy. I have a review for that. I will link in the description as well. In 2018, my art was becoming more great. I loved the way it was looking. I was happy with it. I kind of hit a little snag here and there, but overall, I think I did a really nice job with what I could achieve at the time. Spring 2018 is when I finally dove in to the comic. So finally read MTMT. I've always been into the cartoons, the fan-made stuff, the animated stuff, the TV shows, the movies, but I'd never dived into the comics. I read a lot of fanfics, and I was writing fanfics, but I was never a comic reader. And then I decided, you know what, I gotta fucking do this. I gotta just do it. And wow, I loved it. I I had a fun time finishing all 52 issues. That's a lot of issues. I have a video of my experience and my thoughts of reading MTMT and Lost Light, and I'll link that in the description as well. December 2018, Bumblebee came out, and it was everything I wanted. I loved it so much. I think it became my favorite Transformers film. Now that I think about it, I think it is. Loved my experience in the Transformers fandom. It's been pretty positive so far. There has been a few negatives here and there. I love being in this fandom. I feel connected to these people. I feel like I belong here. It's meant so much to me. It's helped me get out of my comfort zone. Can't wait to see what's next for the fandom and just for everyone in general. Question, what is coming next? I really don't know. These have kind of hit a snag. Will be performed well, but not well enough. Enjoying Rescue Bots Academy. Movie-wise, I have no idea. I haven't continued on with the new Unicron comics. I will eventually. What's next? The only thing that I know that's next, that's currently a rumor, don't know if it's true or not, is that June of next year, 2020, we are supposedly getting a 18+ Transformers animated cartoon on Netflix about the war for Cybertron. Supposedly. Don't know if it's 100% confirmed yet. There's not been really any articles saying it is. Until I hear official confirmation, I won't say it's happening yet, but it's supposedly happening. We'll see. If that's true, that's very exciting. I'm sticking around, but I don't know, man. I got my doubts some days. I didn't think I'd be here for this long. No, this channel's very small, but I do love making videos, even if like not a lot of people watch them and it doesn't make me any money. It's just fun to do this. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the video very, very soon. I love you guys very much. Thanks for watching. Bye.